Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Gala Awards evening. But before you all go on to have a great night, we just want your attention for 3 short minutes to introduce to you a man who has turned a bad day, possibly one of the very worst you could ever have, into a seemingly endless succession of good days, and not just for himself, but incredibly for many others. This is Kevin Webber, and his really bad day involved sitting in a doctor's office and, to put it bluntly, being told that he'd developed a type of prostate cancer which was inoperable and going to end his life prematurely. They gave him the best guess and said he might get another 2 years. An ordinary bloke, 49 years old, young family, and time's up. Now that is a bad day. After he had his first chemo session, Kevin did the usual thing in this situation. He went home, slumped into his armchair, and felt sorry for himself. He'd done the maths, you see, and he'd realised that of the 2 years the doc had given him, he would spend the first year having treatment, and the second would pretty much be consumed by getting steadily sicker, sadder, and weaker until the inevitable arrived. And the next day, knowing all of this, Kevin did something completely unusual in this situation. He went for a run. And those couple of miles were the hardest, slowest and most difficult that he'd ever taken on, but by the time he got back home he knew exactly what he was going to do with his time left on the planet. By week 13 of chemo, Kev was actually running the Brighton Marathon, and just a fortnight later he found himself running in the London Marathon too, and then he decided to step it up. And so he moved on to ultras, multi-day events, often over 100k, as he trained for the undeniably difficult Marathon des Sables in the Saharan desert. That's right, while most people would struggle to simply carry around the burden of such a terrible diagnosis, Kev was carrying his own supplies as he finished one of the toughest foot races on the planet. Since his bad day, Kev has raised huge amounts of money and awareness to help fight prostate cancer, so that in the future other men's families don't have to go through what his family are facing right now. Since his bad day, Kev has run thousands of miles in all kinds of weather, on all kinds of terrain, and inspired all kinds of people to do all kinds of things, which is where you lot can help right now. In just 2 days' time, he starts the first of 7 marathons in 7 days in the north of England, and he's delighted to say that he's going to be joined by Michael Tattersall for all 7 marathons. You can help them raise sponsorship in the fight against prostate cancer in 2 ways. Firstly, bear in mind that all proceeds from tonight's raffle go directly to Prostate Cancer UK, and secondly, also consider donating to Kevin's Just Giving cause directly. Details of how can be found on your tables, because every extra metaphoric mile that you go when making a donation drives Kevin further still in his real-world one-man mission in the fight against prostate cancer. And now, Kev simply wants to thank you for your time and attention and wishes you a great evening. Thank you.